Each question consists of a question stem, 2 statements, and 5 answer choices. You don't need to solve the problem. You only have to find out whether information provided by the 2 statements is sufficient to solve it. For all data sufficiency questions, answer choices are the same and in the same order. Choice A, Statement 1 alone is sufficient, but Statement 2 is not sufficient. Choice B, Statement 2 alone is sufficient, but Statement 1 is not sufficient. Choice C, both statements together are sufficient, but neither statement alone is sufficient. Choice D, each statement alone is sufficient. Choice E, statements 1 and 2 together are not sufficient. We have labeled the answer choices A through E, but on your GMAT exam they will not be labeled with letters. To save time, you have to learn what is stated in each answer choice. The best way to do this is to solve as many data sufficiency problems as possible. In data sufficiency questions, all numbers are real numbers. Any figure provided will correspond to the information provided by the question, but can conflict with either of the statements or with both of them. All figures lie in a plane unless it is stated otherwise. Lines which appear straight are straight, and angle measures are not equal to 0. Points, angles, lines, and other objects are related just as shown in the figure. To determine what information provided by the 2 statements is sufficient to answer the question, you can use information provided in the question, information provided in the statements, your knowledge of math, and everyday facts, such as the number of months in the year and their order, number of minutes in 1 hour, etc. To better understand the format of data sufficiency questions, let's work through an example. What is the value of the following expression? 3y squared plus 6x squared. From statement 1, we know that x equals 2. And from statement 2, we know that 4x squared plus 2y squared equals 22. Statement 1 provides us with value of x but says nothing about the value of y and therefore is not sufficient to answer the question. Statement 2 provides us with necessary information. All we need to do is multiply the equation in the second statement by 1.5 to give us the result of the original equation. 6x squared plus 3y squared equals 33. Therefore, statement 2 alone is sufficient to answer the question, and the correct answer is B. Note, the 2 statements in data sufficiency questions don't contradict each other, even though the answer choices do not eliminate this possibility. So if the correct answer is D and each statement is sufficient to answer the question, they usually lead to the same answer. For example, if the question asks you whether x is a positive number and each statement alone is sufficient to provide a definite yes or no answer, then it cannot be that statement 1 proves a yes and statement 2 proves a no. Or if the questions ask you to determine the value of y, if each statement alone is sufficient to do this, each of them will provide the same answer. It cannot be that statement 1 proves y equals 5 and statement 2 proves y equals 7.